Hey to you, this is Kathy Vivian Fabian. This film is about Sketchbook book 18, portfolio 180803. It's a little big, so I'm going to have to take some time to see if I get the whole thing in. This is an 11 by 14 sketchbook book. Always problems. Let's see if I can move it. The problem is a lot of problems, but one of them is to get the whole thing in the camera. I was sitting on a chair, but it seems like the chair's not good enough, so I'll have to move the camera back, which I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have to go back and forth with the camera to flip the book. Okay, we start horizontal. And this again, what I'm recording them as fast as possible, I'll bet ad hoc, not professionally, so that I can have a record of the work I did and the credit for it somewhere. I'm tired of people saying I don't do work, and I have difficulty speaking. I'd better turn off the light, because the light seems to be making a big glare. And once I do that, I might have to turn on the flash. I wonder if I can do it while I don't even know where it is, while I'm filming. Yeah, I think so. I hope I can. I can't see really to turn on the light again. I don't know, I guess you can't put a flash on while you're working. Okay. Well, anyways, no, you still have a shadow. It's the glare of I don't know what. Let's try again. Maybe I could put the portfolio this way, and there get rid of the glare, at least not on the image. Okay, let's go for it. Again, I have the same problem. I don't have the full image. There. These images were created by me. There's all sorts of a variety of different kinds of drawings, from pretty classic sketches to fantasy pictures. When I went to school to study art, my teachers were quite not interested in any of my fantasy pictures, but I naturally do them. So either I would incorporate them into the sketch pads, which they said was a no-no, or when I was gone I would take the sketch pad. I always had a sketch pad with me, and I would travel around the city going to the concerts that they had at the time. They had many cultural events that were of low cost around the city, and as much as possible I would go around the city. I didn't even know where some of these places were, and some were pretty far away, so I would bring a sketch pad with me to do some work as I traveled around the city and went to see these performances. Let me see if I can move back for the full one of this. The performances were actually for children, but you know, we're all children at heart, I guess. Just a second, I'm gonna unfortunately go get that camera back a little, because it's not including the full picture, because now it's horizontal. don't even know how it looks in the camera. Maybe I could put something here to keep the picture down as I quietly go up. I see this is, if it's done in pencil, I have a double the time seeing it in the camera. But that helps a lot because the bottle is a simple bottle. It helps a lot rather than me running there trying to keep it open with my fingers. You'll not see the full picture, but you'll certainly see most of it, which is okay. I don't mind if you don't get a perfect view of it. What happens if I just don't turn the sketch pad but move the camera on its easel? That would be maybe a smarter idea since the work is fragile. After I do this film, I'll be going to my, very soon, to my art inventory app. And I'll be individually filming the pictures to bulk upload. Right now, I'm concerned again with having an inventory of my work. So, I won't fill in the details just as long as I have at least a good reasonable picture of these. For now. They say the more you have rather imperfect things in the room as an artist, the more it's authentic that it's filmed in there by you. With all due respect, I'm not a professional. This is not, obviously not a professional work. And I see that it's not exactly in order. And because it's now going back to horizontal again, I think I found some extra sketches to put in this 11 by 14 sketch pad. I had to take the Rose Studio apart a little, not huge, because it didn't look, there was no really nice place to film it. Everything looked kind of cupboardy. So at least I have these nice rose curtains, and they make a pretty sensible backdrop. They don't impose on you or on the viewer, I feel. At least better than most, even though I know very clearly that they're rosy. It's easier to work with horizontal images rather than the vertical images. But I think I got the knack with it, with the bottle there. I have actually toyed with the name, what to name these kind of sketches, because I have two broad categories of artwork. I have pencil drawn things of all things, including some pen and ink, and some painted, but mostly it's pen and ink, these. And I also have photographs, which are a lot more, colored in. And I happened on the name, since I have been once in a while worked as played the role of Madonna, the rock star in my past. Madonna on the inside and Madonna on the outside. Madonna on the inside being inside where she's involved with wealth, which is what happened to me. There were two parts of my work as Madonna, the rock star. One was when there was a lot of money and a lot of power, which was wealthy. And then I would come back home to a very pretty poor place a lot of time, which is Madonna on the outside. So I think that Madonna on the outside is good to do these kind of rudimentary sketches in these simple materials. And as for Madonna on the inside, surrounded by wealth and everything, I think the photograph, with all its detail and lustrous colors, would be a better title for it. So the sketches and the drawn things are the Madonna on the Outside collection. Madonna on as poor, back in her poor world, looking in and creating her own world of art, and with the simple, humble materials, although time-honored, that she happens to have available. And this is hence the results. Very soon, I just came back from the printer, and I got some very beautiful photographic images developed, which I was very pleased with the results, actually. And very soon I'll make a film of Madonna on the inside, not the outside. And you'll be able to clearly see the difference between the two. When I first started doing inventory on my work, obviously I went to something simple, which is what I had was sketches. And as I took the pictures, I was taking them and I was filling in all the information very studiously, and I have so much work that I wanted to record. It didn't occur to me to look at how I recorded it. And a while later, I don't know how long, I happened to glance at it, and to my horror, I could not see any of the sketches that I filmed, because they were all badly photographed, which I just did it as fast as possible. I must have got my new Apple cell phone or something, because I was just clicking away. And I don't know what I did. How come I knew what, I had the big image in front of me or something? Anyways, I could see it. I knew a lot of the things I was saying about it, but the image, I couldn't even understand what I put in there to categorize or name it, which they were all named. I had been, when I got through to finish them, I feel that an artwork is much more holistic than people realize, is that you don't just have an artwork just like that without a story. You have to have some sort, you have to place it, because people, this is still like part of your entertainment part is it's not arts and entertainment a lot. It's not a bread and butter occupation, so people demand not just a holistic attitude. In this is that you have to have some sort of context or story with it. And one of the first fundamental things was to give each and every one of these works a title, which took a while. I had several things to do. One is to sign it, this time clearly so, which I did. It took a while. I have hundreds. And the next one's just to give it a title. And one of the problems that I had with the title was that I didn't want to be limited, having been immersed by several different cultures, some wealthier than others. I did not want to be limited to one world in a language at all. We have in Montreal, which is where I'm based, French and English. But yeah, I've also been to Japan and China and India and Italy, and every single person there has this kind of this idea that you should have things signed in their language. So that's a problem, because I didn't know how to do it. I thought to do one word titles that could be easily translated. As for finding those infamous words that are all across nations, never mind. Most of my titles tend to be descriptive titles. I would imagine I would like to go down to a person who creates titles, and then we'll discuss a more finished, more polished work. But I have my titles on here mostly to identify what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is done it quickly and fast. This was Portfolio, not Sketchpad. 18, again, infamously, I have it written in pencil, and I can't see it. I have to get my light open to see it. This was Portfolio 18, wbp883. This is Kathy, Vivian Fabian speaking to you from the Rose Studio, and I hope you liked my tour, my sketchpad tour. Have a great day. I'll speak to you soon.